All right, we are continuing with The Impersonal Life by Joseph Benner. Benner, yeah. Looks like I won't be reading any more of Magic Kingdom for Sale Sold. I read chapter 3, posted it 6 hours ago, not one view. And this is not looking too good either. My went from over 40 views the first read. The second read has 7. We'll see. Maybe I'll try that one more time, but clearly there's just not enough interest there to even bother. I'm surprised that people don't want me I can't find D&D players that want me to read that. Posted it on D&D sites. But I can't get people to listen to my D&D novel, and it's really bizarre to me because it's such a fun story. And I know that because several people said that it's such a fun story, at least the narration. I can see why you might not want to read it because of the style in which I wrote it. But anyway, we're reading chapter 3. It's called I, Life, God. All right. If that which, let me see if I can, yeah, it's good enough. Who cares? If you can't see the book, you can see it. If that which you have read has awakened a response within, no, it hasn't, because I did try the sitting in silence, which I've done before. And like it said in the thing, it could take years. Nothing's happening. Maybe years from now, I'll become spiritually enlightened and I'll get everything I desire. Or maybe it'll just take a few more days. Who knows? But all I know is imagination does not create reality. Other than everything you do, you first imagine it. You can't do anything without first imagining it. But imagination in and of itself does not create reality. Neville Goddard was wrong. Only action will create that reality. And he was very clear not to take action. And it just doesn't work that way. Because if it did, we'd all be living our dream life just because everything you imagine would happen. Everything I've been imagining, little things, nothing happens, not one thing. Imagination does not create reality. I got news for all of you out there who say it does. It doesn't. It doesn't. Not that it can't. Something could happen, but imagination does not in and of itself create reality. That's a lie. Anyway, back to this book. If that which you have read has awakened a response within, and the soul of you yearns for more, then you are ready for what follows. Had this been the first thing I read back in 2019, then maybe. If you still question or rebel at the seeming assumption of divine authority, no, I don't. I'm just very skeptical. So I guess I question then. For what the divine authority for what is herein written. Okay. So if you can't see that what I've written in here is blah, 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 well, then maybe you just don't understand. Right. Okay. That's an arrogant approach there, sir. For what is herein written, your intellect telling you it is but another attempt to beguile your mind with cunning suggestion and subtle sophistry, then you will receive no benefit from these words, for their meaning is as yet hidden from your mortal consciousness. I sincerely sat in silence and hoped that something would happen, and nothing did. I've done it about 4 times now. And my word must come to you through other avenues of expression. Who is this guy? Does this guy think he's the end-all and be-all? I wrote it, therefore it's spiritual, and if you don't understand it, well, then you're just not ready for my words. It is well if your personality with its intellect impels you thus to question and rebel against authority you do not yet know to be mine. It is really I who cause your personality thus to rebel. For your personality with its good sense of individuality is still needed by me to develop a mind and body strong enough that they can perfectly express me. Until you have become prepared to know me, Dude, I'm 63. I've been trying to know you all my life. Give me a break. It is but natural for your personality thus to question and rebel. Once you recognize my authority, that moment the undermining of the authority of the personality has begun. The days of its dominion are numbered, and you will more and more turn to me for help and guidance. I turned and turned and turned and turned, and here I am, going nowhere. Therefore, be not dismayed. Read on, and mayhap the recognition will come. Is that a sentence? Mayhap the recognition will come. But know that you can read or not as you choose, but if you do, it is really I who choose and not you. Well, that's interesting. For you, who seemingly choose not to read further, I have plans, and in due season you shall learn that whatever you do or like or desire, it is I leading you through all the fallacies and illusions of the personality, that you may finally awaken to their unreality and then turn to me as the one and only reality. Then these words will find a response within. Does that apply to people in the past? Would you like me to go through some names of people in the past? How about everyone who's homeless right now on the planet? That would be billions of people. Just wondering. Be still and know I am God. Yes, I am. That innermost part of you that sits within and calmly waits and watches, knowing neither time nor space. So in other words, you are completely uninvolved, because otherwise you would have not allowed anyone to be homeless or suffer or do these horrible things, or you would have eventually gotten them out of it, but you don't. So that whole thing about, oh no, I'm going to be leading you. No, you don't. You only lead those who seek you. That's how I would interpret that. Yes, I am that innermost part of you that sits within and calmly waits and watches, knowing neither time nor space, for I am the eternal and fill all space. Right. I watch and wait for you to be done with your petty human follies and weaknesses, with your vain longings, ambitions, and regrets, knowing that will come in time. No, it won't. People die. It never comes. What are you talking about? And then you will turn to me. No, most people don't. They die and this never happens. You will turn to me, weary, discouraged, empty, and humble. Already did that. Nothing happened. And ask me to take the lead. Already did that. Nothing happened. Not realizing that I have been leading you all the time. You have an interesting way of showing it, sir. Yes, I sit here within, quietly waiting for this. Yet while waiting, it was really I who directed all your ways. Okie dokie. I got to stop commenting because this is getting ridiculous now. Who inspired all your thoughts and acts, impersonally utilizing and manipulating each so as eventually to bring you and my other human expressions to a final conscious recognition of me? This is like the born-again Christian who says God is trying to save everyone. He doesn't want anyone to go to hell, and he's trying to save everyone so that they all go to heaven when they die. But unfortunately, most people just don't. And he's trying. He's trying, though. The all-knowing, all-powerful God just can't figure out how to save everybody. But he wants to. He wants to save everybody because he loves everybody. Yes, I have been within always, deep within your heart. Right, sure. I agree. I believe this. I have been with you through all. I agree. Through your joys and heartaches, your successes and mistakes, through your evil doing, your shame, your crimes against your brother and against God as you thought. Yet I sit here quietly waiting for this, yet while waiting, it was really I who directed all your ways. So you directed all the evil that people did? All the evil? You directed all of that? So you're going to take full responsibility for everything? Okay. Whether you went straight ahead or straight aside or stepped backward, it was I who brought you through. How about when babies die? Was that you? How about kids? How about a couple just got married, they're in their 20s, and I remember reading this in the paper, and they were driving on a highway and dead. Newly married. And that was like 30 years ago or something, 40 years ago. I remember reading that, and I'm like, my God, what a tragedy. But, God did that. I mean, he must take responsibility for it. He just said he causes all of it, the good and the evil. That's a schizophrenic God right there. It was I who urged you on by the glimpse of me in the dim distance. It was I who lured you by a vision of me in some bewitching face or beautiful body. Ah, you're the one who made me lust for those hot women. I see. Me and every other guy, that would be. Or intoxicating pleasure, or overpowering ambition. Ah, so it's God who does all of it. Got it. Because we're all God in this body of flesh doing all this good and evil that we do. And it's all being directed by God. It's all his plan. It was I who appeared before you within the garb of sin or weakness or greed or sophistry. I don't even know what sophistry is. I know the word, but can't remember. And drove you back into I can look it up. Don't worry. You don't have to tell me. Into the arms of conscience, leaving you to struggle in its shadowy grasp until you awakened to its impotence. But what if we don't awaken? Most people don't. Rose up in disgust, and in the inspiration of a new vision tore off my mask. Yes, it is I who caused you to do all things. Well, nice to know it's not me. It's not my fault. God made me do it. He just said so right here. God made me do it. Everything you've ever done, folks, God made you do it. All the horrible things. God made Hitler do it. That was all God. It's not Hitler's fault. John Gacy, you want me to go on? And if you can see it, it is I who do all things that you do, and all things that your brother does. For that, let's not get into my brother here. I won't even go into that. For that in you and in him which is I, myself, for I am life. Yeah. I am the innermost, the spirit, the animating cause of your being, of all life, who is, in my opinion, neutral and does not interfere in our lives and allows us to do whatever we do. He is not making us do it. He is not controlling us. He is letting us do it. People who say we have no free will, I'm sorry, then this is a joke. If I'm not responsible for my actions, and I'm not if what this is saying is true, then this is just a big joke. And I do believe in universal reconciliation, forgiveness of sins, and eternal life, and universal salvation. But not like this. Not buying it. Of all life, of all living things, both visible and invisible, there is nothing dead, for I, the impersonal one, am all that there is. Okay. I am infinite and wholly unconfined. The universe is my body. All the intelligence there is emanates, that's written wrong, from my mind. All the love there is flows from my heart. All the power there is but my will in action. I wish this author had first said how he arrived at the conclusions here, because he's making it sound like everything he's writing here, God is actually writing this. This isn't him. But actually, based on what he just said, everything anyone ever has written, God wrote. Everything written, God wrote. Every porn video made, God did that. I could go on and on forever. The threefold force manifesting as all wisdom, all love, all power, the threefold force, or if you will, as light, heat, and energy, that which holds together all forms and is back of and in all expressions, and phases of life, is but the manifestation of myself in the act or state of being. That nothing anyone does matters in any way, is not wrong in any way, for God made them do it. How else do you interpret this? Nothing anyone does is wrong. Nothing. Nothing can be without manifesting and expressing some phase of me, who am not only the builder of all forms, but the dweller in each. Yeah, you're all present. Got it. In the heart of each I dwell. In the heart of the human, in the heart of the animal, in the heart of the flower, in the heart of the stone. In the heart of each I live and move and have my being. And from out the heart, you should have said of the heart of each, or out the heart of each, I send forth that phase of me I desire to express, and which manifests in the outer world as a stone, a flower, an animal, a man. Did you desire for Hitler to do what he did? You desire for Trump to do what he's doing right now? Then you're a schizophrenic psychopath. Is there nothing then but this great I? Am I to be permitted no individuality for myself? I hear you ask. No, there is nothing, absolutely nothing that is not a part of me, okay? Controlled and ruled eternally by me, the one infinite reality. As for your so-called individuality, that is nothing but your personality still seeking to maintain a separate existence. Wait, I thought you said you are making people do all these things because it's only you. Only God exists. We're just expressions in a limited form, but everything is God. Soon you shall know there is no individuality apart from my individuality, and all personality shall fade away into my divine impersonality. Yes, and you shall soon reach that state of awakening where you will get a glimpse of my impersonality, and you will then desire no individuality, no separation for yourself, for you will see that is but one more illusion of the personality. And that's the end of it. Well, here's what I believe, Mr. Benner. I believe that we are all children of God, given free will, and God allows us to make our own choices and then holds us responsible for those choices and then leads us through the, how can I say it? Down the path of reconciliation, forgiveness, justification, new life. I do all the good, I do all the evil, but I do it all with one ultimate intention. Universal reconciliation, universal salvation, all will eventually come of their own free will when they realize that they are nothing without me, and everyone will maintain their individuality, because if we don't maintain our individuality, then we are nothing. And if we are nothing, then this is just a stupid exercise that is completely meaningless. There is absolutely no reason to create life and give it this illusionary free will that you claim we have. And all the things that we do, good or evil, and some do good and some do evil. And if anyone wants to say, oh, there is no such thing as good or evil, you're delusional. You're delusional if you don't believe that there is good and there is evil. I could do evil very easily. It is so insane. Every time somebody is certain they figured out the truth, and I hear that truth, I go, there's another deceived person right there. I do not have it perfectly figured out. I do not know all the truth. I am in a state of learning, and I am in a state of being corrected. This guy isn't. He's figured it all out. He knows the secret. He's full of shit. And that's okay. He thinks, the moment you think you've got it all figured out, you don't. The moment you think you're wise, you're not. The moment where you realize you're a fool, now you're on the path to wisdom. So I'll continue this because I do like this book, despite some of the stupidity that I just read from this person who thinks he's figured it all out. You haven't, sir. You are not as nearly as enlightened as you think you are. However, this is a very interesting book, and there's a lot of things in it that I like, and I do want to see where this is going, because I don't know what else you're going to write after all that. But I didn't know what you were going to write after telling me to sit still and quiet, and I'm going to go do it right now, because I really, really want to connect with that divine source and get the things that people have gotten when they've done that. Oh, but wait, that's all nothing. That's just God doing that. No, people become spiritually enlightened. Some people do evil, some people do good. Some people live normal lives and just go on and then die, which is basically the vast majority of people. And there are greedy, selfish bastards, and there are good people, and there are kind people, and there are loving people, and there are evil people, selfish, greedy people. And everyone has the freedom to choose what they want to be. Or maybe it was all just predetermined and I'm just following a script that I don't even realize that I'm following. Well, goddamn, then what a joke life is. What an absolute joke life is if we're all just following a script and we don't even know it. You got to be kidding me. Talk to you later.